What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys, and I hope you are having a great holiday right now. Hope your Christmas is doing awesome. And for the holidays, once again, guys, we are going to do Winter Fragments. I did another one last year around this time, and it's time for me to keep that tradition going. Today, guys, we're going to be playing Winter Fragments. As you may see here, it's another visual novel, as you can tell. It's one of those slice of life visual novels, you know, about two friends in 2001, I believe. This is by Ebi-Hime made this one. So we're gonna check it out, guys. So we're gonna start this bad boy up right here and get into the story. There is a girl sitting on a bench in the plaza wearing a sensible black coat. That's her right there. Girl in the sensible black coat, we'll call her for now, till we get her name. Her eyes are dark brown, and her black hair is long and straight. That's right, long and straight, but they didn't mention the bow tie there in the back right there. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, I don't know. Her skin, meanwhile, is very pale. Her dark eyelashes stand out like ink on paper. Interesting. Like a line drawn on her face. She's the spitting image of your quintessential Japanese beauty, or maybe a princess from a fairy story. Interesting. She could be Snow White herself, escaped from the pages of a picture book. Maybe I'm biased, but I think she's beautiful. Maybe a little biased. If she went to Hiroshima like I do, I can guarantee that half of the boys would be all over her. Her shoe locker would be positively stuffed full of love letters. I bet even Taiki would have the hots for her, and he's basically unapproachable. I'm sure he'd be smitten by Shima Chisato, who wouldn't. It seems inevitable that she'd have a boyfriend, but she doesn't right now. At least I don't think she does. If she did, I'm sure she would have told me about it already. Unless that's why she asked me to meet me after school. She did say she had something important she wanted to talk about. What more important, I ask you, than romance? Homework? Yeah, right. Get real. Besides, even if Chisato was having issues with some pesky algebra equation, which seems unlikely, there's no way she'd be coming to me for advice. My math grades are, to borrow the words of my math teacher, Mr. Eri, abysmal. Most of my grades are, actually. Chisato, my best friend, but she's better than me at most everything, even life itself. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, people are just going through, you know, their life on their own. You know what I mean? Not to say that, you know, we're not better at it. We just are, you know, better at dealing with it, I guess you could say, right? But anyway, she's prettier than I am, and smarter, and she comes from a wealthy family. Oh, a rich girl right here we see with the bow tie, probably made out of satin or silk. It's enough to make a girl feel jealous, but I've never once resented her, really. I haven't. We know each other too long for that. We might go to different schools now, but we're still plenty close. We'd still be close even if she did have a boyfriend, because we're besties. I'm sorry, Chisato, imaginary boyfriend, but you're not going to beat me today. I know Chisato gorgeous, but I saw her first. Back off. I'm not going to become chopped liver. Now, isn't that a funny saying? Brr. Pretty chilly out here. It's starting to get dark too. The festive fairy lights strung through the trees are flickering. think that's that stuff that's right there. Like you see it right there in the background behind, like by her hair. I think that's what she's talking about, or he, or whoever this is. I think I've kept her waiting long enough. She must be chilly. I don't want to catch a cold. I grin, then bound forward to greet her. Saku! Hey, gee, guess who? Covering her eyes, and most people who do that, guys, you know who it is by the sound of their voice. So when you say guess who, I guess it's one of those rhetorical questions that you ask someone that already knows your voice and knows who you are and knows that you are the kind of person that will hop up behind in the middle of the night on a chilly evening to, you know, pretend like you don't know who they are. She says, ah. Chisato starts surprised and squeaks in an adorable manner, and that doesn't seem at all in keeping with her elegant coat and her straight black hair. She sounds a bit like a hamster, actually, one that's been stepped on, like a, you know, that kind of sound. Chisato might look refined. She's like your regular little lady, but it's pretty easy to startle her. I think it would be if you're like waiting for your friend and they come up from behind when you can't see them and then ask you a question out of the dark, like, guess who? She's almost surprisingly ticklish. I know all of her weak points after our many years of being best friends, but I'm too nice to exploit those. Well, maybe. Well, how'd you figure them out in the first place? You had to have like poked around a little bit. I really am a great friend. Saku! Chisato twists about to look at me. Not that she can see me. My hands are still clamped about her eyes. She says, "Get off me! You're causing a scene." What does it matter? It's not like there's anybody else around here. Even so, we're out in public. We shouldn't be horsing around like this. We're not children anymore. I think you care a bit too much about what other people might think, Chi. I'm gonna call her Chi from now on. But alright. I'll unhand you. Unhand me, you fiend! For now. I step back, grinning. I like the little background right there, guys. Look at like trees. Is that like a actual background of, you know, a place somewhere in a far, far land? You can't blame me though. It's your own fault for letting your guard down. You need to be more careful. Don't try to turn this around on me. You're one who attacked me out of nowhere. See what I'm saying? Come from behind and just attack somebody. She's like, this is not funny, Saku. I was just testing your reflexes, Chi, and you failed. Womp womp. If this was an exam at that fancy school of yours, you would have received a big fat 0. Well, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. Well, I suppose. Why would I get stepped in? Well, I suppose it's very lucky for me that I wasn't being tested then. Not that I've ever failed at any test I've ever taken. Oh. She's kind of ballsy there. Any proper test, that is. Okay, that makes more sense. Of course you haven't. You really are Miss Perfect, aren't you? Oh, I'm hardly that. I have my flaws, but I always strive to improve myself. That's a good thing to do. Well, you always got to improve yourself, guys, when you're, you know, living life. You know, don't always be, you know, in the same spot. Now does my hair look? How does my hair look? It isn't too messy, is it? Nope. I think it's fine. Are you sure? Chi says. Uh-huh. I give Chi a thumbs up, which is accompanied by a grin. So what? I must be flashing my molars. I hope I don't have any seaweed stuck between my teeth. That would be quite embarrassing for a pure-hearted maiden such as myself. Okay, you shouldn't fuss so much about your looks, Chi. You could be wearing one of those soury old shirts and be like half asleep with a super baggy eyes and knotted hair, and you'd still look better than I do. Honestly, I'm not half the lady Chi is. The same age, and we're even the same blood type, but sometimes I think we're barely recognizable as the Same species. Schoolgirls sure do come in a lot of varieties. If we were ice cream flavored, I would be something plain and ordinary like strawberry watch. She would be something mature and delicate, perhaps praline. I don't even know what that is. Is that like an ice cream like in another country, like in Japan? Is it like a different ice cream, just a different name? It's like strawberry ice cream, but it has like, you know, nuts and like fancy like toppings on it. I don't know. You tell me, guys. Leave it in the comments below. I'm a bit unsure about my ice cream metaphor. Maybe so. I'll have to do something serious soul searching the next time I go to the supermarket for some Haagen-Dazs. That's not ice cream, I know, guys. That's a pretty good ice cream. Some Haagen-Dazs. The clerk might not like it if I spent half an hour standing in front of the freezer staring at ice cream, though. She says, "Thank you very much." I think. Chisato frowns, as she often does when we are together. I'm not sure if she fully understands or appreciates my brand of self-deprecating humor. I don't want to look slipshod, though. Believe me, you're not anything but your ship shape. Positively Bristol fashion. Okay, Bristol fashion. I'm gonna use that one day. I give Chi a salute, to which she responds with a tired, huh. Really, I don't know why you're being so fussy. Why should it matter how we look when we're such good friends? It's not like I'll judge you for over a bit of a bedhead. Thank you, Saku. That's very sweet of you. Is what I would say if you weren't the one who had mushed my hair in the first place. Goodness. She gets to her feet. The hem of her skirt swishes as she does so. She retrieves her school bag, which is resting beside her on the wooden slats of the bench, and looks at me astonished. "Are you ready to go?" she says. "It's rather cold out here." I believe it is. I believe it is super cold. Because that's what Saku said earlier when she was monologuing to us about her friend here. I second that. You must be freezing. You don't have a scarf or gloves. That's right. She doesn't have anything on. She has a scarf and probably gloves on. I think we saw earlier, right? I'll manage, she says. You've got to suffer for the sake of fashion, huh? It's my cross to carry as a student of the prestigious St. Celia's. I think that's how it's pronounced. Celia. You say that, but I can't remember Soren worrying about her appearance this much. Well, no, she wouldn't. She never worries about anything much. She is a law unto herself, she says. I'm not sure what that means. In that sense, you're quite similar. And that must explain why we get along so good. I think I mean so well. So, who cares? Look at that smile on her face. We're not in class right now. Gee, school's out for the rest of the year. Oh, they got you out for a year? I wish I got it out for a year. Get a couple months. You shouldn't care. I thought you wanted to be a writer. That's more like a fleeting fantasy rather than a future plan. I smile, suddenly abashed, and toy with the end of my scarf. I'm not easy to fluster like Chi, but I always get a bit antsy whenever the topic of my dreams come up, mostly because they seem unattainable. No dream is unattainable, folks. Remember that. No dream is unattainable at any point in your life. You'll always be able to reach it at some point in your life. She is the only person who knows I want to be a writer. Everybody else is utterly unaware of this, even my parents. Oh, you should probably tell your parents. They could probably help you with that. Saku. When I fill out my career survey and at the beginning of the school year, I put down a bunch of random crap like being a teacher or a secretary. Well, that's not cool. It's not like I really want to be a teacher. Who does? I don't even even my actual teachers do, but I figure it wouldn't raise any eyebrows. I mean, it probably would reach your eyebrows if you didn't. You went to school to be a teacher or whatever, and then all of a sudden now you're a writer. I don't want people to tease me about my actual ambition. I don't think anybody would tease you, never to say, but I mean, who knows? Maybe your enemies might suck you, but I don't know. I might be more sensitive than I let on, probably. Putting that one aside, I crack my knuckles, which like always makes she flinch. Do you want to grab something to eat before we get back? I've got this sudden craving for only custard-filled taiyaki can satisfy. I see your tastes are quite questionable as ever. As her face. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Aziki is clearly the superior taiyaki fill. I'm not sure what these Japanese things, guys, are. I'll have to look them up later. I'll go back in editing and figure this out. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, says who? It says me, along with all the other people out there with common sense. These two are very funny, guys. Oh, and guys, I apologize if you hear the squeaking noise in the background. That is my fire alarm telling me I need to put a new battery in it. So hopefully I can get that changed. So for now, guys, I apologize for that. Are you trying to imply that I have no common sense? She says, I'm not just implying it. I'm stating it. Wow. She smiles. Smile is as thin as the blade of a paring knife and just as deadly. Swing, swoosh, swank, power through it. She acts so proper when isn't blushing her pretty head off, but she has a bit of a sadistic streak in her. Funnily enough, however, it only seems to merge when she's dealing with her big sister, Saori, or yours truly. Okay, comes out with the closest people you know. I mean, it would probably come out. I guess you'd call Chi two-faced, but I think that's a fair assessment. She's multifaceted, or faced, or is that facet? I read that first, I don't know why. Like anybody else. She's good at handling herself, but nobody can be perfect all the time. We can go for a second now. Anyway, we'll spoil our appetites. My mother's grilling beef tongue tonight. She knows how much you like it. Wow, I'm not sure if I ever had beef tongue. If I did, it's probably when I was younger. Oh, beef tongue, that's fancy. I'll have to give your mother my regards. You've always been complimented of her cooking. That must be why she likes you so much. Well, duh. You wouldn't like me. My manners are impeccable and I'm kind of adorable, don't you think, Chi? I'm not sure about that. Which part in particular are you sure of? All parts. Wow, you're so mean, as he nudges her on the side of the shoulder there. I stagger back and exaggerate it to show a show of surprise. She observes me mutely for a few moments. Her expression is impassive, but rather her lips twitch. Her slender shoulders shake. Then she starts laughing. Chi's amusement is contagious, and though she was initially laughing at me, we're soon laughing together. I'm quite confident I watched Chi's squirtle that I make a happier than anybody could, even an incredibly handsome boy like Takai. She only laughs like this when we're together. Okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it off here for right now. If you enjoyed this episode so far, guys, please let me know, and I will definitely be doing more later on, guys. So enjoy your Christmas holiday, guys, and I hope you get all the presents, and hope you've shopped for all your presents, and I will see you in another episode of Winter Fragments, guys. Peace, and stay safe out there, guys. Please stay safe out there. Bye for now.